Hey everyone, Jeremy here with Antler Up Outdoors, and in this video I'm going to cover my steps that I take to go ahead and fletch my own arrows. I'm going to be fletching the Easton Metal FMJs. I'm going to be doing that with the Knock-On Edition AAE Max Stealth Vanes, Knock-On Arrow wraps, and I'm going to go show you with all the steps that I take to prevent my vanes from coming off all the time. It's a slow process. I don't rush into things, but in the long run, it helps me not to have to keep going back and refletching arrows. So please follow along and watch the steps of the video. Alright everybody, so here are the steps that I take and some of the items that you need. First off, I'm going to be using the Knock-On Edition Arrow Wraps in the Blaze Orange. You will need some AAE Max Clean Arrow wipes. I use a mouse pad to when I start rolling on the wraps onto the arrows. You're going to need the Max Weld AAE primer pen. Obviously the fletchings that you're going to use, okay, the Knock-On Editions in the orange. And then I use the AAE Max Bond glue, the Max Strength. This stuff works really good. And then as you can see, I have some nocturnal lighted knocks to go ahead and put in, and that's what I use the string wax to go ahead and help insert them easier. And again, here's two arrows that I'm going to fletch. Now I'm going through the arrow wipe cleaning. I already prepped the FMJ. Right now this is the Easton Access. Make sure it's all good. So, really major dirt residue. Okay, and now the next step in the process is going to be priming our arrows, or fletchings. The next part of the process is obviously actually gluing and fletching the arrows, but I upgraded to a Bitzenberg jig. I had a plastic cheaper version. I forget the name of the brand. It did its job, but as I fell more in love with the process of actually fletching my own arrows, it was really cool to upgrade and get the Bitzenberg jig. So first thing that we want to do is go ahead and put the arrow in. Alright, get our fletch, and it's good to know, like, you have to stay within the same spot each time on your lines. So if, people will put marks on their jigs or on their clamp, and I do the same as well, so that way I know I'm consistent each and every single time. What's really cool about this glue is there's a little needle at the end, so that way, even though when you wipe down your glue, you make sure that to clean it at the end of the process, but this needle helps go ahead back in there so that the glue can continue to come on out. And what I like about this is the short little needle nose of it, because what we're going to do is do a little bit of dabs and then we drag it along. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. So squeeze them. There's the little dab along the vein, and then we're gonna drag it there. What I do is, you can see, I'm pushing down. Okay, I'm not moving it. I'm just going to push it for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to let that sit there for a couple other seconds. I've seen videos where people are always hurry up and like they're taking it off and doing it quick, and you can get them done really fast. That's great, and maybe you're using different glue, maybe you're using different veins, but I don't want to continuously to do this. So my process is slow, kind of just taking my time with it. So now I'll go ahead and lift the clamp up, okay, and then I'll go ahead and push, turn the nozzle a little bit so that way it could push up against the vein, get a little bit more adhesive to it. And at this time too, I'll grab just a little baby spots of glue, or not much, okay? And I just go along the vein and take it out. I mean, it's very minimal that ends up coming out during this process when you use the right amount of glue. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and turn the arrow, get my next vein. Again, do not try to touch the base of it the best you can. Go ahead and put it in that same spot where you just did your other arrow and do the exact same process. So I shoot a Sever broadhead, the 2.1 cut as my mechanical, and then I also shooting the new Wasp Havalon broadhead this year. So that's a 3 blade broadhead. So because of that, I like to fletch in the three veins here. So go ahead and continue, like I said, to push down. Wait that a couple seconds there. Push on it there as well. Again, just to add more pressure to it so it sticks to that other side. Okay, last vein for this arrow. So we're making little beads across the vein, and then we're going to swipe it across to make sure we hit all of it, and clamp down. Again, I'm holding here at the top and then the back end of it just to put nice pressure on it. Just a little bit of excess glue, not much. And bam, there is our 3 fletch right there. Perfectly knocked, perfect degree arrow. The final step of this process I'm actually going to show you now. Don't want to bore you too much, but I'm going to go ahead and put the arrow back in the jig. And I'm going to use the Boning Fletch Type Platinum. And with this, I'm just going to put a little bit of a dab at the tip of the fletch and the back end of the fletch. What that's going to do is just give it a nice little hard seal to that. So it's just a little bit of a dab. And this stuff is pretty awesome. I haven't had any arrows other than just actually shooting through it during practice. That's the only time I've had any issues with it, either a vein coming off. Just a little dab at the back end and the front end. Turn it here. Again, this just kind of like seals the deal. All right, and then I'll let these arrows dry for a full 24 hours, and until I would take a shot with them. just so that way they're 100% complete. And I just do this step by step through each arrow. Okay. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the hit up my Instagram. It's going to be Antler_up_outdoors, and I'll do my best if you have any questions. I'm going to post a link on there as well to this video for all the equipment. You can find it, obviously, my knock-on equipment I bought off Knock-On TV's website, and everything else you can get off of LancasterArchery.com or your local archery shop. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have more videos coming out to you. Some other gear reviews, what gear I use, and go from there. Alright, so we just finished up making an arrow here. I used the Knock-On AE Max Stealth vanes and Knock-On wrap. Included the Nocturnal Knock. So you can find all these items on John Dudley's website at knockontv.com, as well as the Nocturnal Knocks are sold now on his website as well. But again, you can get all this, the supplies at lancasterarchery.com as well. If it's something that you broke a fletching came off and you're always going to the shop, I highly encourage you to go ahead and take the dive in of fletching your own arrows. I fell in love with the process. I love doing it. I take my time doing it as well. I'm not in a rush, but it's a cool process. I love doing it, and I hope this video helped you. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead, like and subscribe. More videos coming out to you in the near future with hunting videos, some more gear review, how I go about self-filming my hunts, and we're looking forward to getting that out to you here in the coming months. So thanks again for watching, everybody.